shop. It is Friday, the day before Christmas Eve. It's 4 degrees outside, so we're back in the shop and I'm making progress on cleaning the shop and building some stuff. All right. We saw in the last video how we resurrected the old workbench, right? We got steel on top and we bought a 4x8 sheet for $100. They split it for me, so I had a 2x8 and a 2x8 sheet. I made a drawer and the top out of one side sheet, so I'm left with a 2x8, right? So what am I going to use that for? Well, I don't like to store a lot of stuff. I don't want it to get rusty and, you know, sitting outside. So I'm working on another project. This is made by Klutch. It's a fabrication table. For some of you guys that don't know, a fabrication table it has holes in it to where you can jig stuff up. I mean, you can lay stuff out to weld and put clamps down. This one came, it was on sale for $100 and something from Northern Equipment. It's made by Klutch. This one came with accessories, all right? So I bought it, and go online and look for coupons. There's coupon codes. I'll see if I can find, I'll link this table with the accessories so you know what it is in the description. All right, what this table comes with, screw-in legs that you adjust if you have uneven floor. I don't like that. In my shop, I like to move, everything's on wheels. I like to roll things out, sweep, clean, roll things back. I know it looks a mess, but you know, it's cold outside, so it's build time. So, like I say, this one came with that and a bunch of accessory clamps, which I'll show you later. But this table doesn't roll. Went on Amazon, I found casters that screw right into the original holes. This table now rolls around. When I put it wherever I want, I can lock all the wheels and it's sturdy. It's a pretty sturdy table, but this lower rack here that comes with it just snaps into these slots. So that's good enough, but I'm going to build some accessories around here that'll firm it up more. But so the first thing you need to do when you get one of these tables, if you want it to move, I'll put a link in the description from Amazon where you could get these wheels. Second thing you need to do if you really, I gotta weld. Buy yourself one of these off of Amazon too. I'll put a link in the description. They're a magnetic holder for your MIG torch, or I think it'll hold a TIG, or I think it'll hold my gas welding too, so I can lay it in here. And you can move it around wherever, you know, it's magnetic. So you want it up here, put it up here when you're welding. So that's the second accessory you should buy. They're very cheap. Wheels, that. And now we're gonna make a bottom for this tray. The tray's made out of light gauge angle, which is fine. We're gonna use some of that leftover steel that we got. There's a sheet there. I'll cut it and we're gonna put it in there. And we may just rivet that in. It'll be fast. I'll drill it, rivet, put it in there. We'll spray it black. So hang with me, and through the magic of YouTube, we'll cut that steel. And it's 16 gauge steel that I got left over. So it's gonna be sturdy, and when I rivet it in there, it'll sturdy up a little bit of, well, this is actually pretty sturdy, so it's, just work with me. Okay, this is where we're at. I've still got quite a bit of the 2x, I guess I got 3 feet left of that sheet there that we made top. This is the leftover scraps from what I cut out. Here it is. I cut it, painted it, and riveted it in. So now we got the bottom shelf. I like it. It looks like it came with it. So what's next? Well, I figure on the sides, while I was at Home Depot, I found this steel pegboard. They're 16 by 16, or use an 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch hooks. It's 16 inches by 16 inches. It just about fits in here, but it's a little small. Mount in here on the side. So I'm gonna make some angle brackets out of one of the strips I cut left over from, and this is the whole thing. Keep your leftovers. This all started with a $100 sheet of 16 gauge, you know, so, and I got leftover pieces of angle, you know, I'm a scrap hoarder or whatever. And so let's continue on with the project, and I'll get that mounted and we'll put that on, and then we got to have a place for our angle grinders to hang on the other side. So I'm going to put that pegboard here. In the back, I've got from Harbor Freight. So I've had these for years later on. Good Lord, they're strong. Those magnet strips that they sell for like, I don't know, under $5. I'll put a link to what it is if you even need it. But I'm gonna mount it across the back, recessed in, and hang my, these kind of clamps. I'm gonna hang these clamps on the back side here. I'll show you when it's done. And this side, I'll put a piece of flat stock to hang the angle grinders. So we're almost done. The trick thing is that pegboard. I'm gonna go to Home Depot tomorrow and get I wanna get some, see if I can find some black pegs instead of the chrome pegs. But we'll see what happens, all right? I'll go hunting in there like I normally do. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how much I love this little machine. Once again, this is just a Harbor Freight Bauer bandsaw, and then I'll put a link up to a guy on eBay that makes the stand, and you just bolt it on there and you got yourself a bench top. It comes with this too. You got a bench top bandsaw. And I cut all these parts real quick. Then I used a vise like I showed you making boxes before. I'll bend this bracket. This bracket will go like that, and I'll mount it up on the side. So we're making our own brackets, not buying anything. We're just using leftover junk. And so I already marked to put it in the vise, and then I'll bend it over with a little persuader. All right, here we are. I finished making the brackets. Made them into letter L. I'll screw them or I'll rivet them in the side. They'll slide in behind. I'll show you here. So I have to make 4 of them. They'll go like so. They'll slide in behind, and then that pegboard will be flush with this outer edge. But see, it's got a hood over the top of it, see, so it's actually recessed. I made 4 of them. No big thing. I showed you how to do it on the vise, like I showed you how to make vise boxes. This is made out of my leftover 16 gauge stuff. Think outside the box. And why try to buy a bracket? Make your own bracket. Just takes a, you know, hey, have some fun doing it. All right, let me get I gotta paint these now. And then I'll have to drill them, or I'll drill them and then I'll paint them. I'll show you the process when we're done, okay? Hey, I'm in the shop passing some time again today. Like you saw, the bottom tray is done on the welding table. And we mounted up the pegboard rack. I showed you how I made those brackets. I made them out of that leftover 16 gauge. They went in, I bent them. I saw how they were bent. They slid in here, and I just used some self-tapping sheet metal bolts. All right, so that part's done. If you ask me, it looks pretty damn good. Now we're gonna peel this off here. Remember, you can get these on Amazon or go to Home Depot. A bunch of companies make them. And there you go, steel pegboard. All right, 16 by 16. Fits in here perfect. Just had to make 2 little brackets. Why buy anything? Make it. You're like one of Santa's elves. All right, the table's done. I'll be moving on to another project, but let's review what we did. I used some leftover from when I made that bench top, 16 gauge sheet, cut it, put it inside that tray to give you, and instead of screwing it, I fit it, and then I riveted it in. Then, as I told you, ordered that off of Amazon. Let's go around this side. showed you before. I bought this metal pegboard from Home Depot, but it's on Amazon too. I'll put a link to it. And then all I did was put in the pegboard hooks to hold all my abrasives, a square, and then I put a smaller square there, and that's held in with, I'll show you here, those round little things, which are earth magnets from Harbor Freight. So I keep my small square on with that, and I super glued those earth magnets on, real easy. And now we go to the back. All my clamps are on the back. All I used was a piece of 1 inch by 1 inch, 1/8 inch stock, reversed it here, ran it across, drilled a hole. But the trick to it is to hold these clamps nice. His Harbor Freight sells these and used to give these away too. The magnetic tool holder strips. So I mounted a magnetic holder there. It keeps the clamps sturdy. And then I put all my other vice grip type clamps in the back. And the other mod, my big squares held on there by big magnets, and those, I haven't glued them on or anything, but they're just big magnets. They come 2 in a package from Harbor Freight. Then I took a piece of 1/2 inch, 1/8 inch stock right here, some old scrap I had, drilled it. I like the 1/2 inch better to hold my grinders because it slides right in between the gap right here in this gap, and it holds your grinders right there. So we took a normal, and also we put these wheels on, remember? So that's it. So very simple, very easy. All my stuff for fabricating now is one spot, except for one more thing. I went hunting at Walmart. I bought this. It is 8-gallon heavy tote. And in the tote, because I got tired of it getting dusty, I was going to make a hook on the outside. My gloves, my helmet, my half crop jacket for welding. Everything's put there. This tub I think is $10 from Walmart. There it is. It's their Hyper Tough. You can buy anything you want. Oh, that's gone. Clamp down. Fits right in there real nice. On that side, what I'm going to put on that side is I've got a plastic ammo can, and I'm going to put down all my rest of my holders that go in here in squares, and I'm going to put it in a plastic ammo can. It's got a tray. It'll hold the nuts and bolts. It'll go right in here. And well, actually, I'll bring it over here. Hold on. It's from Harbor Freight. It's their like deluxe tactical ammo can. It's got a top tray, just like, and it's got flaps up top here. So I'll keep smaller stuff. It'll sit in there. Everything's nicey all done. And I put all my magnetic clamps on the side. You just, you know, the magnets, so they just stick. Hopefully this helps somebody out. This is a cheap way to do it. If you come out with another way to modify this bench, make a little video, put some comments, whatever, as long as it's positive. You know, I love them. God bless you, and hopefully maybe one more video for the end of the year, and we'll see what's going on. Stay blessed. Have a good one. Happy New Year.